What's up, gang? Welcome back to DePaul's Playhouse. I am DePaul. Nice to meet you. If you are new, subscribe. And if you are a regular, say hello. But anyway, y'all, this video is very highly anticipated. This video came from the poll I did the other day, asking y'all what did y'all want to see on my channel. And y'all decided on a personal story. So here we go. This may have happened to me about 17, 18 years ago. It was my freshman year of college. And, I was feeling myself like I was finally 18. I was able to do whatever I wanted to do. My parents' rules no longer mattered. But with what I'm about to tell you guys, I wish I would have listened. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so for y'all who don't know, I am a person that has a condition called cerebral palsy, and I am a part of the LGBTQ plus community. Yep, I said it. So, in the midst of all of that, I end up meeting someone at the school that I went to. We had to do these things where we had to do community service hours, I guess, to get extra credit for certain work. I think that's what it was called. Lab hours. I'm sorry, lab hours. We had to do lab hours. So mind you, me being me at the time, I wasn't really doing lab hours like that. I was just hanging around so I can, like with my friends and chill with them. So my best friend at the time, she was in the lab, and I was sitting outside the lab waiting for her. And this person walks by. Mind you, I thought that this person was fine AF at the time. I don't know what I was thinking, because now that I look back at it, I was like, no, that person was not even T at all. Like, no. But anyway, me and that person end up locking eyes, and we end up, just exchanging hellos, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. Cool. The typical greeting, mind you. It was one of them days where I was like, ooh, I'm finally being noticed, I'm getting attention. I was really feeling it, because mind you, in high school, my parents were so, protective of me and, keeping me away from certain things that I could not really express myself like I wanted to. So when I got to college, that was just a extension of high school for me. Because that's when everything really began. Like, I really started trying things. So me and this person, exchanged, the simple pleasantries. And the person walks off. Mind you, 15 minutes later, I'm still sitting outside the lab. On my phone, just scrolling, having fun, whatever. This person walked by again. Talking about, hey, come holler at me for a second. And me thinking about it, I was like, no, where we going? Because mind you, I wasn't really like, I didn't know you, but you was telling me to come walk with you for a second. I don't know you, like, where we got to go? And he kept saying, it's cool, come on, let's go. So we started going outside of the lab, like to the outside part. We just like, talking as we just walking nowhere. Man, we are walking nowhere on campus. We just walking and talking. So he's asking me, like, personal things about me, like my name, where am I from, where I stay at, blah, 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 blah. And I told him, and then I asked him, he told me where he stayed at. So mind you, we just walking and talking. Then we started smoking, everything was cool. Then, all of a sudden, he said, I'm not trying to be funny, but I like you. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, okay, you seem cool. That's what's up. And he was like, nah, I want to get to know you. He said, when I saw your eyes caught my attention. And I was like, thank you. So I kind of blushed a little bit, and I didn't mean to do that, because I didn't want this person to think that they had me, like, caught up like that. So I was like, thank you. And he noticed I was blushing. He kept saying, "Why you blushing?" I'm like, "I'm not. I'm not. I'm listening to you." He's like, "Nah, I got you blushing already, and we ain't even do nothing yet." And mind you, we ain't even do nothing yet. I'm like, "Wait, is this fool saying what I think he's trying to get? He's trying to talk about?" And I was in my head. I was like, "He's trying to go there. He's trying to go there." I was like, "Okay, bet. Let me see what's up with this." So kept talking to me, kept like, just saying that he wanted to take me out to eat and maybe to the movies. Let's go out, hang out, dinner and the movie, whatever. So a couple of days later, we link back up again. Go out to eat, go to the movies, and then the rest was history. I would skip school to go to this person's house. That person would skip school to sneak in my house. Mind you, I'm staying with my parents at the time, and the thing about my parents is that they are comfortable with my lifestyle. They just did not want me to have anybody in their home unless they was there, because they did not want me cooking in their house, which is understandable. So I had to sneak the person in a few times. Don't tell nobody. But we did that a couple times, snuck to his house a couple times, almost got caught at his house. Oh my God. Thank God that my taxi pulled up on time and got me in there on time. Because as I was leaving out the cul-de-sac, his mother was coming there. And that's a story for another day, but this story is important. So, one particular day, we finally did, the grown up. And I was like, okay, this was cool, this was good. I enjoyed. Okay, cool. So I go home, chill for a little bit. We texted back and forth, flirting. And he ended up saying goodnight, and I said goodnight. Next day come along. We end up talking again, and flirting, the same, it's typical stuff. Now, the third day, where everything just kind of, well, not the third day, but the next day after that kind of got crazy, because he was like, "I got something to tell you." And I was like, "What?" He said, "The person that I hooked up with before you gave me blah, blah, blah." I'm not going to say what it is, but yeah. Gave me blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. But when we went to go get tested together, your paper said negative. And he was like, yeah, because I took it, kind of, a week before I messed with this person. So I'm like, okay, so what do I need to do? You need to go get tested as soon as possible. I go get tested, and I end up catching, I'm gonna just say it, he gave me gonorrhea. So I end up catching gonorrhea. When I tell you, I was just so distraught, hurt, because mind you, besides that person, I only ever in my life at that particular time only hooked up with like one other person, and that was like a person that I hooked up with. The person I hooked up with before this person was a person that was like a normal regular hookup. So it's like when I tried to step out of it, when me and that person stopped talking, I started messing with this person, and then when I mess with this person, this happens. So I blamed myself for a while. I was very closed off from my father, my mother, everybody, because I didn't want nobody to be in my business. So one particular day, I'm asleep in my bed. Mind you, when I'm asleep, I'm knocked out to the world. Like, I really can't hear nothing. my father walks in and he see like this medication on my, on my nightstand. And mind you, at the time, I was not on the medications. So my father, he, being a father, he wanted to make sure that I was okay. So he Googles to see what the medication is used for. And he, surprisingly woke me up and said, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. Why?" And he showed me the medication, and I was like, "Oh, I was like, yeah, I got chlamydia." He was like, "Do you know who you got it from?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Did the person know that they had it?" I was like, "No." And mind you, my father is very protective over me because of my disability. So, when he saw that, that kind of crushed him a little bit. So he's sitting at the edge of my bed just talking to me. And he was like, "Listen, I'm not mad at you. These things happen. You're going to be okay. I love you. I'm here for you. If you need somebody to talk to, talk to me." And when he said that, that goes back to the conversation that him and I had when I was a child. It just be careful with the company that you keep and who you choose to lay down with. And me not knowing much about this person, I end up hopping in a relationship because I thought that I was in love. I thought that this person was the end all be all. Y'all know how it is, be 18, 19 in a relationship, you feel like that person is the one. But I was like hurt because I really invested a lot of time into this person. I invested a lot of energy into this person. And for that to happen, I was kind of like, damn, like, what do I do? I still want to be with this person, but I know I can't. So, mind you, me and this person stopped talking for a little bit. Then we started talking again. Hooked up multiple other times after that. And I got tested immediately after that and came back negative. So I was like, okay, good. He took his, medicine carefully. I took mine carefully. He was really apologetic. We ended up getting back together again, and I ended up getting cheated on, unfortunately, multiple times after that, and I ended up leaving. And my parents warned me about this one. They told me, this person is not really for you. This person is really having you not be yourself. Like, you really doing crazy stuff for this person. You put your education on hold for this person. Like, you were really trying to, like, at the time I was really trying to build a life for myself. I was in college, my first year of college. I wanted to move out of my parents' house. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. I wanted to get a job. I was so happy. But when I met this person, all that changed. Just for somebody to treat me like shit and bring me back stuff that I did not deserve, and I was really broken from that. I thank God that my father ended up, being supportive. My stepmother was very supportive. My siblings was very supportive. And my cousin was very supportive. So I'm very thankful that I had that group of people. Because without them going through that STD, I would have been broken. I would have been, off the deep end because I was just so ashamed of myself. I felt bad. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how bad it was. I was just scared for my life. But I'm so thankful that I caught it when I caught it and I treated it. So I said all of that to say, please be safe and be careful. Wrap it up, y'all. Everybody you hook up with don't deserve to, not be protected with. Some people, maybe. Like, maybe if you're married to a person, you can start doing that type of stuff. But no, not in your single life, or not with somebody that you just met, basically. But y'all have a good day. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye, y'all.